What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to another Graphics Bar video. I'm George, and in today's video, I want to take you through the steps that I took before I purchased my first DTG machine. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that thumbs up and like this video, and go to our previous videos and hit those thumbs up and like those videos, and keep that bell ringing anytime we post a new video to like those videos. I appreciate the help and the future support. All right, so quick video, just take you through my thought process of the way I did my research and narrowed it down to the DTG printer that I purchased, right? As you can see, I have the Epson 2100. Side note, I'm not here to talk about the Epson 2100, F2100, or any other printers, DTG printers, all right, or any other equipment. This is just a video to guide you or give you some advice on the steps that I took before I purchased my DTG printer and other equipment. The first one, obviously really important, was my budget, what I could afford, okay? And I knew that if I was gonna finance it, what was going to be the cost, what can, if I could pay it off, it's going to make sense with my business, with my clients. So that was one, okay? Two was it going to increase my business? Was it going to increase my clientele? Okay, that was important because obviously if it's going to increase my clientele, it's going to help me pay my machine off every single month, right? Three, what other equipment was needed? Okay, what equipment did I have already? What equipment do I got to look to get to support the DTG printing process? So obviously I had a Stahl's Hotronix swing heat press, so I didn't have to worry about that. But I did have to look at getting to a pre-treat machine, which I did get a Mr. T1. I believe they have the Mr. T2 out already. So that was something I also had to look at budgeting as well, okay? So those are things that you also got to keep in mind, right, is what equipment is needed, all right? So real quick, just throw some numbers out there. I believe the Mr. T1 goes for 3.9, 3,900. The Hotronix heat press goes for 2,250. And the Epson goes for 13.9. Okay, so these numbers, obviously I took into play as well as I did research on other printers as well. And again, I did my research based on my budget, okay, and what I could afford at the time. That was the biggest consideration, the biggest play I had, because I didn't want to fall in a rabbit hole and then try to escape out of that hole or climb out in deficit. So I never want to be in the negative, okay? Second is you always want to think about the ink cost, right? So obviously, side note, if you're looking to get your first DTG machine, there's a lot of bundles out there that come with some ink already, some pre-treat, and obviously if you can get a combination of 3 equipments, there's a bundle. There's free delivery, because delivery could be expensive as well, but those things take into consideration as well. So the ink can also be very costly. I know again, I can only speak to the Epson F2100 when it comes to ink. I had my notes for the other printers, but after I purchased my printer, I threw those notes out. So I cannot remember the cost of ink on the other printers. But again, I'm not here to talk about ink cost for other printers compared to the Epson. So I'm not playing that scenario. Side note, don't get caught up on comments or feedback from people on YouTube or social media if they don't have a DTG printer or if they don't have that DTG printer. Keep that in mind, okay? You can't talk about something if you don't own it or have it. Boom! Exclamation point. Ink. Ink could be a really bad headache for this machine. Not for the machine, for me, okay? The ink is CMYK, and it is $217 per cartridge, which is a 600 ml, okay? So there's 4 of those colors. Then you got to get 2 whites. So the 2 whites, each one costs $230, all right? So do the math, $13.28. Effing headache, all right? But keep that in mind, because are you going to be printing enough to purchase that ink again from your sales? All right. I would say for me, the white probably goes twice a month, and the 4 colors once a month. All right. Listen, there's other companies that they're going through this weekly. All right. But it all comes into play. I've changed the inks twice in 1 month with whites and in color. So I've had good months, I had strong months, and I had decent months, or I just had steady months. Okay. The other thing too is, getting pre-treat itself for your pre-treat machine. And, if you want to get a gallon, that's $50. If you want to get a 5-gallon, that's $218. So just to look at that whole numbers thing, if you were to get everything from scratch, the Epson F2100, the Stahl's heat press, the Mr. T pre-treat, the ink, and the pre-treat, you're looking at close to $22,000. All right. But like I said, there's bundles out there, and the printer already comes with ink as well and some pre-treat from the companies. But again, bundles are huge, and I'll get to that. So that's the first thing, right? Take in consideration on your budget and what's it going to be when it comes to financing the equipment, what's going to be monthly and stuff like that. Are you going to get your return investment from your clients? All right. That is the biggest thing I want you guys to take away from that. All right. 2, connect with every single company that sells a DTG machine, right? And you want to narrow it down. You can't narrow it down until you do the research on all the printers. All right, get the feedback, connect with these companies. I've mentioned this in my previous video. Have them do a live video with you, or send them YouTube videos. Have them send you YouTube videos, and also connect with people on social media that are using this equipment as well, to get that feedback and connect with them by asking them questions. I keep on saying connect because it's the key word when you're doing research. Okay, don't just get caught up watching somebody. Literally, pick up the phone, email them, whatever, DM them, message them. Connect with them, okay? So 3, look to see if any of these companies that sell the DTG machines have webinars. Webinars are really key because it talks about ink, prints, how to run the equipment, how to run the machine, and stuff like that. What steps to take to save you money when it comes to printing, or for great quality printing. Try to know your product before you purchase it. Okay. So that's 3. All right. Is try to get yourself involved in webinars from these companies. 4, look to order some t-shirts from different companies that have a different DTG machine. So if a company has an Epson, connect with them, order a t-shirt from them, get it customized, put one of your shirts on it, one of your pictures on it, and they'll print it for you. And ask for a good quality t-shirt, right? Because that's key. You want to print on good quality to have great quality, to sell great quality. All right. Hope that makes sense. So if somebody has an Epson, somebody has Omniprint, Polyprint, a Brother, a FreeJet, all these printers, literally connect with a company that has that printer, so you could order a t-shirt from them and you get to feel the quality of the print. Really huge key. Okay, so that's another one. The other piece, I mentioned it before, don't get caught up on social media and YouTube videos when people are bashing a printer or a company. Okay, so again, they don't own it, they can't talk about it. If they own it, despite me, that person might have a negative on it, but there's times that negative turns into 10 negatives. At the end of the day, that one positive, nobody's going to hear about, but you got to do the research. All right. The other piece is make that strong connection, and you narrow things down with the person of the company that you've been talking to, the sales rep or whoever it is you're talking to. Okay. And find out the warranty, find out the training, find out the shipping. Okay. When I say training, it's really important. Okay. Is it one-on-one? I know everything with the pandemic is all crazy right now, so they're all doing videos one-on-one training. But the other pieces too, and I mentioned this before, is IT support, tech support. How does it work? Monday through Friday, weekends. What's the time frame? You know, are you going to get somebody live over the phone, or they can even do a video with you? That is key, guys. All right, because if you're just going to get on the phone and speak to an automated system, or they're going to direct you to watch a YouTube video and you're not getting your answers, I took that in consideration. Okay, mind you, I know that we can't have people working 24/7. All right, so that's another piece. Other than that, I would just say take your time. Don't get caught up in the hype. This is something you're purchasing for yourself to print for. If it's going to make sense, and build your business. If you need more information, you have any questions, drop a comment, drop that question, DM me, email me. I'm here for support. I could direct you to some of the great people out there, not just with Epson or the company I purchased it from, but there's a lot of great companies I dealt with, and I still keep in contact with them, and they're very knowledgeable, okay? So knowledge is power. Other than that, guys, best of luck on your journey, on your DTG. So look to hear more from you guys. Have a great one. Don't forget, subscribe. See you next time.